34,000 policemen are being deployed to Anambra. To do what? To do what? Even though you take 10,000 policemen to Anambra State and you can pay them where they will be able to do what those 34,000 people cannot do. But if they are there, you cannot give them the allowances and they will be jam-packed. And any corruption statement that will come out there will be a partaker on it.
If you train anybody with a gun, you train anybody like a police, his salary should not be less than 150,000 naira. Because if you train him, you train him, you give him gun, you give him, and you are paying him 20,000 naira. Indirectly, you are recruiting, or you are recruiting robbers.
I remember Bishop Desmond Tutu of South Africa. In one of his comments in his interview, he said that African leaders, we prefer to buy guns, we prefer to buy ammunition, spend billions of dollars to buy ammunition and kill our people, but we refuse to spend half of that money to provide water. That is exactly what is happening in Nigeria today.
How many police the federal government has sent to Zamfara State? In Niger State, how many police you have been sending to that place? In Sokoto, how many police you have been sending to that place? Just only because of election, they have sent 35,000, close to 35,000 police go to Anambra. Because of what? It's very bad. So that the government, they don't have masses for their mind.
Did I hear you say 34,000 policemen, personnel to Anambra? What for? Isn't it too much? Are you saying that, okay, let's assume one person per police or whatever. That's too much.
Government of Muhammadu Buhari, he's not interested. He's not going to apologize to Nigerians. He's not willing to even speak with a civic tone. Look at his October Effects broadcast. Some of his comments does not have credibilities. I'm here to say it. It does not have credibility. In a system where the president will come and tell you he has done creditably well. As at the time he was taking power, a bag of rice sells for less than 7,000 in Nigeria. Today, a bag of rice sells for over 27,000. As at the time he was taking power, a kg of gas, 1 kg of gas, cooking gas, sells for less than 150 naira. Today, a kg of cooking gas sells for 700 naira. Before he took power, a sachet pure water, sells for 5 naira. Today, sachet water sells for 20 naira in Nigeria. To the extent that some household cannot afford sachet pure water. It's of a great concern to those who feel that leadership should be for those who have the passion, leadership should be for those who have the capacity. Leadership in Nigeria should go beyond ethnic, should go beyond religion, should go beyond party affiliation.
If governors of this country get that power at the state level, I think the democracy will die. Why? Because as it is now that the police is under the federal government, look at what is happening. Anybody that emerges as a governor in his state, he becomes the overall boss. Even though we know, I know one state that the opposition in that state has connection at the center. That if IG change the commissioner of police, the governor of the state will pocket the commissioner, and they keep on changing the commissioner because the center has interest on that opposition aspirant. So when you give the governor that power, I don't think our democracy will grow. And looking at the situation in some states, that there are a lot of tribalism, religious issues, the governors will also use that those police in their own interest, in their own favor. So to me, there's no need of any state police. Why? Because when you look at the financial implication, even the minimum wage of 30,000 naira, about how many percent of the state cannot even afford to pay? Not that they don't want to pay, they don't have the capacity to pay. So, this is my opinion. This is my opinion. Not that they don't want to pay. It's because they don't have. Simply look at what happened recently with Rivers Governor about this VAT issue. That if states are allowed to collect the VAT, more than 90% of the state will remain without nothing. So if you give them that responsibility to pay, to hire and pay the salary of police, I don't think, look at the civil servant now, 30,000 naira they are not paying. So you add another burden for them to pay the police. And it is my opinion that if you train anybody with a gun, you train anybody like a police, his salary should not be less than 150,000 naira. Because if you train him, you train him, you give him gun, you give him, and you are paying him 20,000 naira. Indirectly, you are recruiting, or you are recruiting robbers.
Governors from the south states, southwest states, southeast states. These governors are insisting on state police. The society we have found ourselves today, the level of insecurity in Nigerian society, most especially in the southeast states, has come to the level that the governors are of great concern. They are beginning to feel guilty facing their people. Feel guilty in the sense that they cannot confidently talk to their people. To their people believe you are our governor, you have to give us maximum protection. But the Constitution of Federal Republic of Nigeria has not given them such powers. And the federal authority, federal government that has such powers, has to them, they feel it's not their responsibility. And they are neglecting states. They are neglecting Nigerians. As such, the governors are insisting, and I'm of the opinion that such demands should be pressed to the extent that if this federal authority refuses to embody such requests, Nigerians should be informed to this extent, to be aware of what is happening. As such, you cannot be empowering people constitutionally, and the Constitution will not empower the people. The Constitution will not empower the governors by just a mere theory. In practical, the governors has no powers over the architectural security architecture of the country. It's wrong.
The pros of having a state police far outweighs the cons. The advantages of having a state police is far outweighs whatever disadvantages that comes to do with it. Because one, first and foremost, governance is about what? Securing of what? Lives and property. So if you have to juxtapose it against the national police, they are not enough based on their number and size, based on the population of Nigeria. They have not given us the required securing of the lives and the property. So now, coming to talk about, when I talk about structure, if there is synergy between the federal and the state, it is very possible for the state to have their own police. Because why? The people within that environment, they know themselves, and the police are coming from that area. So it is very easier to deal with the security of that is peculiar to that area. Now, when it comes to the remuneration, whatever allocation that is coming from the federal government should ensure that, okay, part of this money partly is going to the state in respect of this. Because one of the foremost responsibility of governance is what? Securing of life and property. And in the climate that we are in and in the present situation, we've had security challenges for how many years now? For how many years now? The federal government has not been able to solve it. So why don't the federal government partner partnership. Because now, coming to the area of structure, the state where you have a proper structure of federal and the state, you see that there is synergy between like I want to use for instance United States of America. You have state police, you have federal police. They all know their roles and responsibilities. There is no clash. When there is an issue that the federal police need to take over, the state police hand over to them. When there is an internal issue that the state police need to take charge, they take charge. But because we don't have structure as a nation, our major number one problem as a nation is our lack of structure.
They don't like masses. They don't like Nigerians. People have been killing. They have been kidnapping people from Zamfara, Niger State. They have not had anything there. So because of election now, they are sending 35,000. How many people in the Anambra? Where they are sending 35,000 police go there? It's very bad. It's very bad. And the first priority of any government is slave life and property. To save the life and property of the citizen. That is the first priority of any government. We have not have it. Now in Niger State here now, look at what happened. I heard that they have taken over almost 8 local governments in Niger State. Nothing done about it. How distant Niger State from Abuja? Know that everywhere is not safe.
Some of the states, most especially states in the northern Nigeria, they are not even ready to explore their natural resources that is in abundance. As such, the total dependence on oil in Nigeria is automatically creating a very big problem. I tell you, I remember when somebody that Dan Alasi, one time PDP chairman in Anambra State, was speaking recently, when he said that in the year 1964, World Bank had judged Nigeria economy to be one of the fastest growing economy in the world. As such, then oil was not even in a large quantity, it was not in a commercial quantity. But agriculture, every other sector, every other region, the 3 regions were busy trying to maximize opportunities and create more works. But at the moment the oil came, every region relaxed. As such, we are talking now with the development or the request, the need for true federalism will give rise to such opportunity again. That's why we are insisting that government must listen to civil society, listen to those who are interested in governance, so that these policies will be applied. All the tension you are seeing here, Boko Haram, this place, insurgency here, presently you are hearing about unknown gunmen in eastern part of the country. Nobody in a society where nobody can be held responsible for the killings of people, the government is not even holding that duty to themselves. Okay, we have failed in this area. As such, we are to be held responsible. That makes, by such statement, that government becomes a responsible government. When government begins to give account of her actions, that yes, we have failed in this capacity. As such, we apologize. Give us opportunity again. But in this system, the government of APC, government of Muhammadu Buhari, he's not interested. He's not going to apologize to Nigerians. He's not willing to even speak with a civic tone